Hello, everyone. My name is Adija. Welcome to the Millennial Social Worker channel. Thank you so much for joining me again today on another video. On this channel, I share content about social work, mental health, wellness, lifestyle, and everything in between because a millennial social worker is multifaceted. Today, I want to share with you some of the things that I think you should do before and during your internship to make it the best experience possible. So here's some strategies that I think that will be useful for you. The first thing is that you make sure you work closely with your school's field placement department. The field placement department at your school, university, is responsible for placing you at an agency for you to complete your internship. With field placement, getting your internship experience in your field of interest is very important. The reason is that when you don't get placed in the right industry during your internship, you will spend some of your first, couple of years post-graduation getting the experience you should have gotten during your school years. So this is why it's important, whether you're working on your BSW or you're working on your MSW, to make sure that you get your field, you get placed at an agency that matches your field of interest. It's very important that you work closely with your field placement department so that you get the best internship placement possible. The next thing that I think you should do in order for you to have, the best internship experience is to make sure that you show up on time when you start your internship. You should be treating your internship like you would a paid employment opportunity. Make sure that you are punctual because you never know who is watching. Showing up on time, not only allows you to be able to get a head start on your day, to get a head start on your task for the day, it shows your supervisors and other people that may be watching that you have a good work ethic. This will benefit you in the long run. This will benefit you along the way. Showing up on time also reflects that you take your job seriously, you take the client seriously. So make sure that you're treating your field placement, internship experience as you would paid employment. The next strategy that I think will be beneficial to you having the best internship experience possible is that you be proactive. Ask to take on new cases, of course, with the permission of your field instructor, your field supervisor. Ask your field instructor if you can get started on tasks. With your field instructor, you can say, what are the things that you'd like for me to get started on in the morning? And that way it's showing that you're proactive. It's showing that you're happy to be there. You want to be there. You love the job. So ask them if you can get started on anything, like in the morning when you get there. What are some of the things that you can do before you get the day started? It could be like printing out reports. It could be, knowing the number of new patients that you may have on the medical floor if you were in the medical setting. It could be if you were in an outpatient community mental health, like an ACT program. It could be knowing the amount of home visits that you have for the day and trying to get that started before you actually go out in the field for the day. If you work in a social service agency, you can also ask that if there are any patients or clients you can assess if you feel trained for it. At some point during my internship experience, I was able to, assess patients on my own without my field placement supervisor having to show me what to do. At some point, I was able to do that on my own. For me, after some time, I started facilitating group therapy and taking on assessments with the permission of my field instructor, of course, and I was doing them on my own. So at some point during your internship, be proactive, ask to take on new cases. That's how you would learn. Again, I keep saying that you should make sure that it is with permission. Make sure that your field instructor is aware of what it is that you're doing. Don't just start doing things on your own because you're trying to be proactive. Make sure that you and your field instructor, field supervisor, or whatever you call them, make sure that you both are on the same page about what it is that you're being proactive about. The next strategy that I think will be beneficial to you having the best internship experience possible is that you get to know the co-workers there. Get to know the other people that work at the agency that work alongside your field instructor, your field supervisor. It allows you to gain experience working with other people, working with an interdisciplinary team, and learning about other fields that work alongside the field of social work. During my internship experience, which I've talked about in a prior video, I was able to get to know a lot of the nurses, the mental health technicians that worked on the unit of that psychiatric hospital where I interned. So when I went back to work there as a social worker, I was familiar with everybody. It was a really good experience. So I think it was beneficial that while I was a student, while I was an intern there, I got to know other people that worked at the agency, and it was useful for me. So I think that it will be useful for you as well. Another thing that I think would be beneficial for you to do to have the best internship experience is that at the end of your internship or towards the end of your internship field placement experience, make sure that you get a written reference letter from your supervisor or other people that you've worked with at that agency. This will be useful for you when you're trying to get a job after you graduate. A lot of employers are looking for reference letters or they're looking for references. Ask them to write you a reference letter. Ask if you can use them as a reference for future jobs that you will be applying. This will be really helpful when you're looking for a job because you have people that can speak on your work. So get a reference letter from your field supervisor before the end of your internship. That way you can use it for prospective employments in the future. Summary, the first thing that I think you should do in order for you to have the best internship experience is for you to work closely with your field placement department to get placed in an agency that is close to or is an exact match to the specialty or field of social work that you're interested in. The second thing that I think you should do is that you are punctual. Show up on time. It shows that you take your job seriously. It shows that you take your clients seriously and you take your internship seriously as well. The third thing that I think you should do is that you be proactive and ask to take on cases with the permission of your field instructor. Next, get to know the coworkers, get to know the other people that work alongside your field instructor. And lastly, before you leave your field placement, before the end of your field placement, make sure that you get a written reference letter that you can use for potential employments. Make sure that you ask them if you can use them as references. I think all of these things, when you put them into practice, will allow you to have the best field placement experience. Thank you so much for watching my video today. I hope that you've been able to learn a thing or two. And if you have, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Also follow me on Instagram at millennial_social worker to keep up with me. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on my next video. God bless you and take care. Bye.